Good evening, welcome back to Frugal Outdoors, myself Dylan, and it is comp night tonight, so we're out match fishing. We're fishing at Brook. I've been called out right near the end, but we've got 45 minutes before we got to start, so I've got time to set up. Pretty much where I wanted to be, which is basically right at the bottom of the chine. Stream's over there. There's about 15 of us down here tonight. Target species is a ray. Sand eels, squid, mackerel, one single mackerel, and two anchovies. So big shout out to Anthony, thank you very much for that bait, buddy, that's mega appreciated. And also Nigel for some rigs, so yeah, thanks to you both for that, great help. So I need to get set up, and then we go through the rigs, go through my tactics. Tactics is pointless anyway, but there we go. And yeah, we get fishing. Right, set up. I think we still got about 20 minutes to go, so I'll quickly show you. I was using a different rod today, using the Mag 4, so I'll quickly show you setup and my rigs and bait, and hopefully we can get into some fish tonight. Like I say, if you watched my last video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I massively did. So nice when it all comes together. We went out to target rays. I got slapped wrist for threatening to take out some ragworm, and Nobby was having none of it. He said, no, you're fishing for rays tonight, and that's it. And that's what we did, and I managed to catch a few, so it was brilliant. But let's have a quick look at the rigs, and then and we'll get these out soon as. Here we go. So yeah, so I'm using the Mag 4 mixed ground today, which is 6 and bait, basically, because we're fishing into that. And I've got a 6 ounce on that, so I can try and punch it a bit further and just hold in that swell, because it's quite swelly. There's a lot of colour in the water, but it does look pretty good conditions, to be honest. Probably good conditions for a bass. You will notice that I have got leader for the first time for a long time. Tapered leader, 60 pound to 15. I've chopped off the first 5 meters, so it's probably about 20 pound. And I've got 18 pound line on there. 18 pound line on there with a tapered leader as well. Hopefully, like I say, it's not that snaggy down here, and hopefully I can cast it a little bit further. And down on this end we have got on the lighter rod, which is the GT Tronics Pro GT Competition Match GT. It's the lighter of the two today, but normally it's my heavier rod. I've got a Portsmouth loop rig with size 1 hooks. I've got a peeler crab on the bottom. I've got a squid head and guts on the top, and that's got a 5 ounce lead. I find this rod casts better with a 5, but the other rod definitely casts better with a 6. And on that one we have got a, what have we got? We've got a sand eel and a squid wrap, and that's on a pulley pennel. So hopefully, like I say, we can punch that one out at distance, try and get a ray. This one is fishing for anything that might come along. I've got a feeling, hang on. Yeah, I've got a feeling there is definitely a chance that somebody's going to get a smooth hound tonight, and that would be really, really good. Like I say, I don't know if I'm in the best position to get it because I'm on the sand, but it would be nice to try and get the ray. That is the target. Get the 5 points. Hopefully it would be over 3 pounds, which would be another 5 points, and we'll just see how we get on. But yeah, buzzing. We've got like 1 minute to go. Well, that didn't go very well. Basically, I had some sort of wind or something, I don't know. I haven't fished with a leader for a long time, but it just snapped straight away. No reason for it. It's coming out and it's pulled loads of line out. It's called something, but it's not a wind knot. It's basically, I think the leader knot actually takes some of the line up through the guides with it. So I'm going to quickly switch that spool over, do away with that for tonight, and I'll fish one without the leader and one with, and go back to my 25 pound straight through that I fish with all the time, and I've never had any problems. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most ideal conditions. The swell is pretty chunky, to be honest. I've just had to recast one. It's got 6 ounce lead on it. It's still moving around out there. Yeah, so I need to sort of have a sit down and have a little bit of a think and maybe reassess my tactics and how I'm going to try and fish it. I need to shorten down my snooze, I think, because I'm using my pulley, the loop rig, which has got the long snooze, and it's just too much swell. It just came back as a tangled mess. So yeah, I need to shorten everything down a little bit, use some shorter pulleys, maybe just fish with pulley rigs, change some hook sizes on stuff, and just try and pull anything out. There we go. So I think we've been fishing for what, maybe half an hour, and Tom has just got that stunning little ray. It's slightly, ever so slightly undersized by like 3 centimeters, but it's what we came for. Well done, mate. What did you get that on?
That was on anchovy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Whole anchovy?
Yeah.
Thank you. So there we go, whole anchovy. I've got 2 anchovies. Oh mate, I'm impressed that he's got that, because conditions are pretty terrible, but it just goes to show there's something out there. So, and it was a ray, target species, amazing. So next one just needs to be a tiny bit bigger. Oh, wicked. So yeah, Tom's had a ray, but it's slightly undersized, which is a shame, and there's definitely a few fish coming out. I don't know, I'm just really struggling with this swell. I don't know if it's just me being a little bit anti and a little bit down. Wasn't expecting it to be as swelly as this, so kind of had that thing where, you know, you've got an idea in your head of how you're going to fish it, and yeah, it's all going to change now. So I'm going to have to basically doctor some rigs, shorten stuff down, but then it means that some of the clips aren't going to work. But I'm going to shorten some pulleys, which is easy enough, and I might be able to try shorten at least the bottom snood of a loop rig, but other than that I'm going to have to fish with what I've got. But yeah, it'd be nice to get something just to give you a bit of confidence and then I can relax and chill out. Wow, that temperature's definitely dropping now. Yeah, there's some fish coming out. Looking up and down the beach, there's a few fish coming out. I mean, basically I think myself, Sharon and then Steve down there, we haven't had anything, but quite a few people have had fish up that way. Like I say, it is harder conditions. Every now and again there's quite a lull in the swell, which is really quite nice. I've got a feeling high tide is in about an hour and a half maybe. And I'm hoping when it hits high, when it starts to pull back a bit, it should drop off the swell. Make it a little bit easier fishing, but yeah, it'd be nice to get something out. Right, so changing some of the rigs. Let's have a little sort out here. There we go. Changing some of the rigs. So I've just reduced the length of this one. So now the rig body is probably about, it's a pulley rig. Rig body is probably only about 80 centimeters now, and maybe 65 centimeters on the hook snood, where it was probably 80. So just reduce it a small bit. And I'm reducing the size of the bait, so that's half the sand eel now, with a bit of squid wrapped down the side, just to see if I can punch it like an extra few yards. I'm going to keep the pulley rigs going out on the right hand rig, right hand rod, which has still got the leader and the 18 pound, in the hope that I can get it to send it a bit further. To be honest, I mean, my casting doesn't work that well at the best of times, do you know what I mean? But it's definitely not working for me today for some reason. Just don't seem to be able to get a decent cast. I haven't had one cast that's felt like, oh yeah, that's good, I've sent that. But yeah, shorten everything down, see if we can't winkle something out. We've only been fishing for, I don't even think it's 2 hours yet, so plenty of time. Wow, so 2 hours in, 2 hours and 10 minutes exactly. Yeah, not a single bite for me. The tide does seem to be easing off a bit. It's not quite high tide yet, but we've nearly run out of beach. I mean, I think this swell is just pushed in. It's not very windy. There's no wind really pushing the tide up. It's just a swell. Yeah, so hopefully it should start to fish a bit better in a minute. But yeah, I have not had a single bite. Keep chucking out the same baits. Tried a couple of crab baits. Probably going to lay off it, to be honest, with the crab, and just focus on the sand eel, squid, and the bit of mackerel and squid, and a little bit of anchovy and squid. Just trying to mix them around a little bit. But yeah, as of yet, nothing. But we've still got plenty of time. Nearly just under 4 hours to go, so it could still happen. Be positive. Positive mental attitude, PMA. Yeah, we'll see. Right, well, how are you doing up there? I've had to put this camera up quite high. I'm paranoid about a big wave coming through and taking the camera out. Looks super light, doesn't it? But it's not, it's really dark. Zero sun now. I haven't even got a light set up, but I'm just about to do it now, so hopefully it will light up. You can't even see the tips. I've got the rod so high, you can't even see them anyway, so I do apologise about that. Hopefully, like I say, we can get a fish, but it's not looking brilliant at the minute. There we go. Thanks, Tom. That's my leader that I lost on my first cast, and my rig. And the bait is untouched, surprisingly. Oh, hello. That's a bite. Ooh. Just had a massive bite. Can't see it because I can't get the bloody camera high enough. But yeah, my right hand rod, which is a 6 and baits, has got quite stiff and it just pooped over. I know it hasn't moved. I mean, it could be a bass, you know, there's swell and all that. It's probably really good conditions for a bass. I can't even talk. That's the first bite I've had all night, 2.5 hours. One big whack and then nothing. weighed in. But look at that, that's a pout, man. Absolutely stonking size for a pout. Beauty. Oh, I'm happy now. Right, I've got to weigh it. There we go. That is a donkey of a pout. £1.10½. Biggest pout I've ever had. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, super happy about that. I've just chucked out a whole spider crab. You never know, congers will take them and stuff, other fish will take it. Not just a smooth down, but when the fishing's this bad, to be honest, I'm running out of bait. I didn't bring enough bait. So I've got to use it because I need to chuck a bait out. So I'll chuck one out. I can leave that out there for half an hour. Like I say, it's full of juice. So might pick a dogfish up or something. I just need to wind down that other rod at the moment because I've got a little bit of a bolt upright rod. But £1.10½, man. That's wicked. Excited then, bloody missed a bite, struck into it. It was there, but then it came off. I was right next to the rod when it went, so I kind of went too soon really. I basically picked it up and then boom. Should have just sat on my hands. I mean, I've weighed in, but it'd be nice to weigh another one in. Absolutely nailed a sand eel squid wrap right in the middle as well, so it wasn't properly, didn't have a hook. But it was good old rattle. Don't think it was a pout. I mean, might have been. I mean, that one was huge. So. Yeah. Well, we've got an hour and a half left to go. There's a few fish coming out up on the reef there. Because basically, when you get down to Brook, so you just park at the top. Super easy access. It's literally not even probably 50 yards. Walk down the path, down the steps, and you're straight on the beach. Only thing is, you can't fish it on a massive tide if you're fishing up too high because you'll run out of beach. So today was a 4.2, I think it was, and nearly lost the beach, to be honest. With the swell, it's been quite big, but we're all dry. But yeah, so basically as you come down, you got sand right in front of you, but then you got a reef to the right, a reef to the left. And a lot of them are fishing the reef to the left, and they seem to be doing much better on the congers. Only straps and stuff, but they're still weighable. But yeah, in this stretch in the middle, it's literally just me that's weighed in. I've got two people to my right. I've got 1, 2, 3 people to my left haven't weighed in, so out of the 6 of us, I've only weighed in. Missed a couple of bites. But yeah, hopefully an hour and a half left. Hopefully there's time for one more. Okie dokie, so last hour. There you go, look, you can finally see the rod tips. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my next session, to be honest, already. I can set the camera up a little bit better because you guys haven't been able to see the rods at all. Didn't see any of the bites that I've had, which is a bit of a shame, I know, but yeah, 1 hour to go and it's super slow, so I'm kind of wishing it away a little bit. Thought about packing up and going, but you never know. I mean, I've had some really good fish in the last sort of well, not good fish, but a fish at least in the last sort of 5 minutes even, so keep plugging away. I've only got a little bit of bait left. I've literally got like maybe 2-3 sand eels and a tiny little bit of mackerel, so we'll chuck those out and hopefully we can get, fingers crossed, one more fish. And there we go, last baits are in the water. I think we've got about half an hour to go. So I'll start packing some rigs away and just basically leave these to soak now until right to the end. So. But I've weighed in. That's all I can ask to do, really. No monsters, but, well, it's a monster pout, I suppose. One more, just one more. Well, there we go, end of comp. Not a very busy session. But what more can I say, really? I had one pout, donkey, massive pout, but yeah, it was a really slow session. I don't think everybody's weighed in. Well, I know not everybody's weighed in. Yeah, really difficult. I mean, that tide has just raced out super fast. So there's not a lot of water in front of us now. It's pretty shallow. But yeah, bring this rod in, pack my gear up, get home, and then try and unwind very quickly. So thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I've managed to keep hold of second place, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support as always. And until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and maybe see you out there. Cheers.